supporting our boys in blue and upgrading our Glock's performance and personality. I'm Joe Kurtenbach. This is Lock, Stock, and Barrel. I've done a few videos with my Glock 19 here at Lock, Stock, and Barrel, but this week we're looking at a drop-in upgrade kit from Apex Tactical Specialties. The Action Enhancement Kit includes a new trigger, a Gen 3 trigger bar that's even for your Gen 4 guns. It also has a plunger, also known as the firing pin safety, and a new performance connector. The goal of the Action Enhancement Kit is basically to be an easy drop-in assembly that allows you to reduce the pull weight and smooth it out by about 1 pound. Now, just for reference, using a lighten trigger pull gauge, my Glock was coming in right around the 6 pound mark. It would kind of sometimes go up to a 6.5 depending on it, but the average was right around 6 pounds. And sure enough, when I installed the Action Enhancement Kit, it dropped it right down, actually more than a pound, to right around 4 3/4. Maybe more impressive than the reduction in pull weight itself is actually how smooth the Action Enhancement Kit made my Glock's trigger. This is a big improvement, especially when you talk about doing fast follow-on shots or wanting to improve accuracy. You don't want a tough, heavy, rough, gritty trigger pull. You want it to be nice and smooth so that that break surprises you and you make those accurate shots. Another thing I like about Apexis Trigger is the geometry of the trigger face itself. It's a semi-flat, it's a mostly flat face in fact, and I think it gives you better engagement surface than the factory Glock trigger. So how does Apex Tactical's Action Enhancement Kit actually achieve this reduction in pull weight and help smooth out that trigger pull? Well, you have to remember that when you're talking about the operation of a Glock, there are several components that are essential to making the firing process happen. That includes the trigger bar, it includes the firing pin safety or plunger, and it includes the connector. And that's because all of these components engage one another to deactivate the safeties, to release the firing pin, and to make the gun work. By smoothing and polishing these components, or even changing their geometry, you can drastically change the characteristics of that trigger pull. One quick look at brownells.com and you can see that there are connectors, for example, that advertise reducing the trigger pull weight all the way down to 3.5 pounds. What I like about the Apex Action Enhancement Kit is that it's not that drastic of a reduction, but it is significant and it does smooth out the whole operation. An important consideration, of course, when you're talking about aftermarket parts is that all these components are integral to the Glock's safe action operation. So you need to make sure that they are still going to perform the safety functions for which they were designed. Now, while those components address the performance side of our Glock's trigger pull, what about the personality? Apex Tactical Specialties actually offers Glock trigger shoes in several different colors, including red, black, purple, and the Thin Blue Line series, which is a black shoe with a blue lever. Now, this is what I chose for my Glock because besides looking cool, Apex actually donates 25% of the proceeds to a charity called COPS, Concerns of Police Survivors. It's an organization that actually supports the dependents of law enforcement officers who have fallen in the line of duty. So far, I've really been impressed with the performance of the Apex Action Enhancement Kit in my Glock, and being the Thin Blue Line series, it also looks really cool. So for more, go to apextactical.com. Currently, the Action Enhancement Kit is offered for $130. And to stay up to date on the latest guns and gear, stay tuned at AmericanRifleman.org.